I'm talking with John Shimmin. He's handling the press conference this week. And this nice glossy brochure is being put in front of me, the International Festival of Business 2014. It's in Liverpool, but you're backing it.
Well, we've been invited to take part. It really is fortuitous for the Isle of Man and our economy that it's going to be a massive exhibition. It's going to be supported, as it is, by David Cameron. Coming up to an election in the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister is going to make sure that this works. He's deliberately pushed it out into the regions, and it's on our doorstep.
Well, we're seeing some pictures here of David Cameron actually at the launch. It was last year, so he's given a whole year's notice. He's very much backing it. He's saying this follows on from the Olympics and that sort of thing.
It's in that category where the Olympics and a country's success is judged by how well they do a major event. This is global. There's 250,000 business leaders from China, from Russia, from India, from America, all over the world will be coming to Britain to see how they can do business better with Britain. This comes on the back of the growth expectations in the economy in the UK. So we've been invited to be there. We've now got one of our members of staff travels every month onto the committee to work with the organisers. So we are now putting a call out to businesses to be aware, get yourself familiar that this is going to happen, and it builds on our strategy of the agenda for change for the economy that we work with the North West. So we are promoting Britain and what part the Isle of Man can help within the growth of that country.
Well, the promo video we're looking at looks very glossy, and obviously it does look a very interesting event. How do you get the Isle of Man sort of interweaved into this? I mean, isn't all the money going to be directed towards the UK? I mean, aren't they wanting to grab everything they can?
The whole thing, if this is going to be a success, this is not about Liverpool or the Isle of Man, this is about the British Islands. We know that our economy is so closely linked to the United Kingdom in particular. Therefore, anything which is good for the United Kingdom will benefit the Isle of Man indirectly. More directly, it will benefit our relationships with Liverpool, Manchester and the North West. We already have those relationships. The Chief Minister, myself and others are meeting quite regularly with those people in Liverpool and Manchester. This will be a part of those discussions. But what we need to be seen as being partners with other businesses and areas in the United Kingdom, rather than the bad publicity we've had in the past, which has always seen us as trying to take away from the United Kingdom.
Do you have a presence as such? I mean, will there be this big hall at some point where there'll be delegates walking around looking at different places?
This is going on for 50 days. It's going to be split down into sectors. There'll be sections on ICT, sections on maritime, logistics, and they'll go a week at a time. So there's a brochure which puts out all the dates. What we will do from the Isle of Man is have a presence for all of those weeks where we believe we've got something to offer. So obviously in the maritime section, we've got a good offering that we'll actually be present there as both government and the private sector. ICT, professional services, finance, we will go there and work with the organisers to make sure that we can say what the Isle of Man can do and use that as part of what the British offering is. Remember, everything in the United Kingdom is looking for foreign direct investment into the United Kingdom. We can play our part with the Chinese, with the other countries to facilitate some of that growth to happen.
Finally, let's talk about the Chinese. I mean, you've had your delegations over there. They've come over here playing golf and so on. The UK seems to be coming out of recession. What sort of picture can you paint for people here in the Isle of Man for the economic development?
I remain always very optimistic. The amount of people who come through my office door every week is exciting. The opportunities, whether it be in manufacturing, whether it be in finance, or new premises for e-gaming company last night, people expanding their numbers of staff, increasing or improving their office accommodation, looking optimistically for further investment, coming to my department for grants because they want to grow their business, more skills being put into engineering, tourism doing well.
Is it all plus though? I mean, I know you're painting that great picture, but is there any sort of clouds on the
I can honestly say that our predictions within certain sectors are going better than we feared. So even in those areas where we thought and understand that there will be consolidation, particularly looking at the fiduciaries, looking at the banking and the fund sectors, we knew that there would be challenges, that we knew there would and could be job losses. Those haven't been as rapid or as deep as we feared. We know that's still going to go on for the next few years. So we're looking at how do we get alternative occupations for people who maybe lose jobs in one area to be able to transfer to another. How do we skill them up for those changes? We will hear of occasional companies that do go bust. Many of those we understand that that's likely because the company structure is changing, but there are other areas for the staff to move into. So yes, there's problems. Retail, construction, banking, fiduciaries, all of those we know are under pressure, but not as much as we feared, and we are working in other areas to try and give other chances.